Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue moving on. We have some of our special guests in the house already. We are getting ready to call them to the high table. Okay. Okay. Okay, we are waiting for the chair of the occasion and the guest speaker and special guest of honor. While we do that, I wanted to see if we have the BO in the house, the Board of Advisors to Edo National Association Worldwide. Are they members in the house of the BOA? If you are, please let us recognize you so that we can call you to the high table. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to move on. I believe it for the first time, our Montgomery County Chief Executive, as you all know, Montgomery County, I don't know if you all know, is one of the richest counties in the United States of America. We are not trying to brag, but hey, that's who we are. But we have the Chief Executive here in the house, and Mr. Mark Ehrlich. If you could please come to the head table. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Mark Ehrlich. We are going to, no, it's just you. Okay. If you are doing okay, man, if you are doing okay, man. If you are doing okay, man, if you are doing okay, man. Agbonaware. Agbonaware. Iye neme no keke me, iye neme no keke me. Agbonaware. Agbonimare. Wawaso. Moving on. Now we have, huh? Okay. Now we also have the county representative, Montgomery County representative, could not be here with us today. But believe it or not, we as a people, we have moved up so high that we are actually up there in Montgomery County. And the Montgomery County representative is being represented here today by one of our own, Mr. Roland Ihaloa. Please put your hands together for one of our own from Edo State. Wabokiao, ekani yako doima, wabokiao, ekani yaki doima, wabokiao, ekani yaki doima.
Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have the keynote speaker in the house. We are very proud of this gentleman because he has been one of our own here in Washington, D.C. We have, over the period, shared him with everybody in America, but we are very proud to bring him back home to come and represent our Honorable Dr. Alphonsus Obayuwana. Please join me. Agada. Bagada. 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 Mikey, man. Hello? Hello? Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, our chair of the occasion with his lovely wife are here in the house, and we are getting ready to call them to the high table. So if you all would join me by standing up to welcome our Honorable Dr. Engineer Gregory Omonsigo. Can everybody please get up and put your hands together to Dr. Gregory Omonsigo Ero. Can we put our hands together, please? Dr. Engineer Ero. Bada bada. Yamaso kerayo bawo. Masiwo monzo werenya bada bada. Kamanagizo werenya bada bada. Kamanagizo werenya nyaka nyaka. Kerabya maso kerayo bawo. Arena zo werenya bada bada. Bada bada. Dawana izo werenya bada bada. Kerabya maso kerayo bawo. Arena zo werenya bada bada. Dawana izo werenya bada bada. Dawana izo werenya nyaka nyaka. Kerabya maso kerayo bawo. Wow. Thank you. We are expecting other members of the head table. As they come in, we are going to call them. But meanwhile, we are going to move the program on. Now, for the first time, Okay, believe this or not, this is the first time we are doing this in the ENA, where Edo Association of Washington, D.C. actually went to the Pentagon to ask for permission to ask the joint armed forces, colored guard, to come and present the flag in our national convention. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome the Joint Army Force Color Guard.
Arise, O compatriot.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the Nigerian national item, we have our daughter, Arese Valerie Eruagbon Ogbomo, to sing the Nigerian national item.
Arise, O compatriot. bound in freedom, peace, and unity.
Thank you very much.
God of creation, direct our noble cause, and guide our leaders right. Help our youth the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow and live in just and truth. Great lofty heights attain to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign.
All right, put your hands together, everybody.
The national pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest.
All right, put your hands together. Put your hands together. From
at large. Once again, this year's convention will bring together all Edo people from all walks of life under one umbrella to feast together as brothers and sisters through interactions, sharing ideas, eating, drinking, and dancing. And I'm hoping that at the end of this occasion, we would have intensified the unity, the love for one another, desire to work together in moving our Edo State to the next level. Presently, Edo State is quite unique in the strata of the makeup of Nigeria, whereby we are striking minority in the nation, and even in South-South region that we are currently embedded into. The ancestral ties of the people of Benin, Asa, and Afamai has left us in the eyes of many as one, and that's undeniably the fact. So let's seize the moment to reaffirm our commitment to work together as one family, as any attempt to distance ourselves from each other will further harm the nation, which is Nigeria, and our adversaries in their various ways in the marginalization of the region. Consequently, I would like to enjoin everyone to partner with our amiable governor, His Excellency, Governor Noregaste Obaseki, in his effort to revamp Edo State to his stellar position as a leader among her peers in Nigeria. It is evident that our governor has embarked on several measures to actualize and sustain a vibrant education system through the Edo Best program, and is equally busy rebuilding other areas, including our infrastructures, cultural awareness, economic growth, and development of human capacity. I am particularly very grateful for what Mr. Obaseki has actualized in all areas of Edo State within a short period as governor. Edo State can never be last. In conclusion, I believe that it is in our best interest as Edo people, which is Benin, Asa, and Afamai, to take advantage of our common ancestral trait to boast formidable relationship guided by both trust and honesty as we join effort with our royal father, Omonoba Nedo Obaye Diawa II, to make Benin Kingdom great again for Edo people, the proud descendants of Igodomigodo. Wabohian Tumaragba Nedo, Obara Tokbe, he said.
Ara soredo edo dio edo asoro va edo dio ara soredo edo dio edo asoro va edo dio
Thank you very much. Believe it or not, that is E-House grown. They are not professionals, they are members of Edo Association of Washington, D.C. One thing we can guarantee you, we are not going to go beyond our scheduled time. Lunch is going to be served when we have it scheduled, nothing more, nothing less. We will switch the schedule around to meet our need, be here for now. We have a lot of important dignitaries still on their way, and when they come, we will recognize them. But for the time being, for time restraints, we want to recognize our Montgomery County Chief Executive, a man that we have associated with, that we are very proud of, that recognized the Nigeria community in this area, and has done everything he could to make our situation better. I want to call on the Chief Executive of Montgomery County, Mr. Mark Ehrlich, to the podium. Can you please put your hands together?
So I want to thank you all for inviting me here this morning. I want you to know that I actually have a tie to Nigeria that's not obvious. My son-in-law is Nigerian, and And so I have 4 grandchildren who look different than me and reflect the mixed heritage that is in my family. I will say I asked my daughter what state he was from, and he's from the Delta state. He came here when he was 9. He came here when he was 9 years old, and with his parents, and he got educated in Montgomery County schools. And today he's an IT professional and has a very successful business and has done a lot of work in this community. And I'm familiar with the Nigerian community in Montgomery County because many people occupy important spaces in our community. You're in the universities, you're in the business community, you're in the medical community, you're in the scientific community. I know bunches of folks are involved in the IT world. And so you play an important role in Montgomery County, and we've always tried to be a welcoming community and to be able to assure people that if you're in Montgomery County, you're part of our community, that we see you the same way, and we want to make sure you have the same opportunities and the same place in the community as everyone else. And will say that, I follow on the, as a successor to Ike Leggett, who was our county executive before me, who I think made major changes in the county to make us not only just say we were welcoming, but actually do things that made us more welcoming. And so I want to continue that tradition and make sure there's a place for everybody. I just want you to know, I've come this morning. I have another place to be at noon, so I'm going to leave shortly after this. But I just wanted to be here and welcome you and let you know you're welcome in the county. We want you to do business in the county. We'd love you to live in the county, even if I'm in Virginia right now. But we're as welcoming a place as anything you're going to find. And so we have a proclamation.
Okay. So this proclamation is from the County Council and the County Government of Montgomery County, Maryland. Whereas the Edo Association of Washington, D.C., EAWDC, is holding its 28th annual convention.
And whereas EAWDC was founded in 1990 and has since provided needed services and connected members of the Edo diaspora with their native heritage and culture, and
EAWDC is able to provide educational, cultural, and medical support and assistance to Edo State indigents, various Edo organizations and institutions in Nigeria and the diaspora through collaboration with other nonprofit organizations, businesses, and government entities.
And whereas the theme of this year's convention is preserving and promoting Edo cultural legacy as EAWDC works towards its goals of establishing a permanent community center in the region, and
whereas the Montgomery County Council and the Montgomery County government remains committed to the values of tolerance and diversity and is proud to establish and promote existing partnerships with organizations committed to like-minded goals while providing needed services to their respective communities.
Now therefore be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County and the County Government of Montgomery County hereby recognize the immense contributions of the Edo Association of Washington, D.C., presented this day, the 30th day of August in the year 2019.
By Mark Ulrich, County Executive, and my boss, Nancy Navarro, President of the County Council.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. So do you want to stay? So on behalf of Nancy Navarro, President of the County Council, and Mark Ulrich, to represent this three organization.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We do appreciate that.
Akinudo, Aruya no more, wage, Kinudo, Aruya no more, wage.
Yes. You all need to see how those guys almost chew me out. I said the word DC. Edo National Association Worldwide. Please join me to welcome our president. Okay, I was told we have somebody that we want to bring to the podium before the president.
Yes. Brothers and sisters, I will welcome you later on when I make my speech. But at this point, we are going to bring one of our sons. The reason why we gather here is to prepare ourselves, our children, and help our homeland. I am very pleased to tell you that some of us, Benis, Edos, are reaching high places in the United States, to the point, even in the political arena, we have one of our sons that is going to be running for the Senate position in Florida. At this point, I'm going to bring him to the microphone so that he can talk to us for about 2 minutes. Thank you. Dr. Iwudaro.
I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. Yes. This is a wonderful sight to behold. I am glad to be in the midst of my brothers and sisters. I want to thank again the president, my big brother Iboke. We go way back from Benin. He knows my family. Some of you knew my dad, the late Papa Bendel in Benin City. Yes, yes, yes. I want to thank again all of you who supported me. I want to again give greetings to all of the COP presidents and our COP chair, Mr. Idemudia, and my president from Edo Association of Florida. I've been a member for almost 20 years of that organization, and Dr. Scotty Zavige. I started my political journey about 8 years ago, and I came to ENA convention in Houston when I ran for my first election in Miami Gardens. In that election, they said I couldn't win. The political pundits said I had all the pedigree, I had all the qualifications and the training, but I had an impediment. They said I had a funny name. They said I had to change my name in order to win. But I thank God I had a mentor in Miami who said, don't let nobody change your name. And by God's grace and with the help of ENA, because I came and they gave me some money, Oyiboke raised me some money, and I went back to Miami convicted that I had to win that election, for we stand on a rich legacy. And I won that election with the highest amount of votes in the history of Miami Gardens without having to change my name. I thank you so much. I am honored. The city of Miami Gardens elected me to be vice mayor, and I just won re-election last year. Again. And the people of my district are asking me to go further because there's an open Senate seat. So I'm running for the Florida Senate. And by God's grace and with your help, I'll be the next senator. representing Miami Gardens. Thank you. I need your support. I told the COP last night I need your help. This is not going to be just wishful thinking. I need support. I need support. A maximum contribution is $1,000, but whatever you can give as an individual would help to make this happen for us. We are Benin's, a door not to carry last. Thank you so much. Our roots are in Benin Kingdom. They said somebody likened me to a lily somebody saw growing in a garbage dump. They said, how do you grow this beautiful lily? The lily stood tall and replied and said, because my roots grow below the mess. My slender stem grows through the mess. My head rises above the mess. So even though I'm in the mess, I'm not a part of the mess. God bless you.
Rama, 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 Amanoge, Akpita Yama, Rama, 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 Amanoge.
Thank you very much. Now, the Nigerian ambassador to the House, and we are getting ready to call him to the head table. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Ambassador Silvanus and Yewini Isofo to the high table.
Oh, okay. Ambassador Menzowere, Ambassador Zowere, Nudo Riwa, Nudo Ryutome, Ambassador Zowere, Ambassador Zowere, Ambassador Zowere, Nudo Riwa, Nudo Ryutome. Abokiaye yeveka kirene o 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 abokiaye Rama, 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 no dia, Rama, 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 no dia, Rama, 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 I quit time, Rama.
Thank you all very much. Thank you. We have one of our own. Just give the ambassador time to sit down. We have a very proud son of Benin City also in the house with us. A man from my neighborhood, from my neighborhood in Benin City. So we are so proud of him because he has done a lot for us. He's in the house with us. We are going to get ready to call him to the high table. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Mr. Moege Obede Ihaman, a member of the House of Representatives representing the local government area of Edo State. Please join me to welcome our very own.
Ihaman Zowere, Ihaman Zowere, oh, Ihaman Zowere, Nudori Uwa, Nudori Utome, Ihaman Zowere, oh, Ihaman Zowere, Ihaman Zowere, oh, Nudori Uwa, Nudori Utome, Nudori Uwa, Ihaman Zowere, oh. Hamame Zowere, Hamame Zowere, Bogada, Hamame Zowere, Bogada, Hamame Zowere, Bogada.
Thank As we are moving on,
the representation of the history of the people. How is it's a full page talking about history. The Benis, the Edos, came from Egypt. And when you look at the beads around the neck, the loincloth, and the representation of the art, anthropologists who are non-Benis, international anthropologists, and people who are called Egyptologists who study Egypt, they have verified this. And there is a saying in Benin, Olokun ibi olokun noba, is ibi olokun noba, Red Sea. Olokun noba, olokun is the sea, the Red Sea, the children of the Red Sea. It's a phrase that we know. All right. Next slide, please. So that's where Benin came from. Who came from them? Who came from the Edos? People who came from the Edos are the Akoko Edos, people in the Ka area, which are called the Western Igbos, the Owans, who are our Ora brothers, Izon, Urobo, Ishekiris. For instance, the Ishekiris, as I go through the lineage of all the Obas, you will see where these people all come from. Next slide, please. Now, this is the map of Nigeria. And the Benin city there, I have no pointer here, I'm sorry. The Benin city there was an empire. It's larger. And it went all the way to the east, in the north, and the west, up to Lagos. Even there are people of Edo ancestry in Ghana, the Ga people. And of course, Dahomey, which was founded by a nation general, you see Dahomey, you know now the name is now Republic of Benin. And I will talk about that later on. Lagos was a colony of the Edo people. And Onitsha is the same. Next slide, please. Here is a paper that was written by an Onitsha scholar talking about the great Benin origin of Onitsha. In spite of the River Niger separating it, the Izon people that were also migrants from Benin were the Ozigwes. Those are the sailors. Those were the ones that were making it possible to go across the Niger River. In this paper, the titles in Onitsha, they have titles of Iyasele, which is Iyase, Odin Onira, which is Oliha, Isama, which is Esama, Esogba. They are all there. And I have this article, and I will give it to the president, and you can duplicate it. Anytime there is any argument or you need to explain to people, you can show them that. Please, next slide. This is an article written by Oba Akiolu of Lagos. There was a dispute between him and the Oni of Ife. And Oni of Ife told him, be careful now the way you talk to me. Just because you are Oba of Lagos, you know Lagos is still a Yoruba land. And the Oba of Lagos said, no, no, no. This is a Benin land. I'm talking about the Oba of Lagos now. That's him sitting down there. He told the Oni of Ife, no, this is a Benin land. And he said, it's coming from me. He said, my paternal grandmother who is a descendant of Ovorame, told me that. And I have the article there with me, and I will also give it to the president. Duplicate it so you will have it. It's any forum where there's an argument, just give it to them. All right. Next slide, please. This is Benin. The empire. This is a drawing by European visitors who came to Benin. This is not drawn by an Edo person. All right. So the imperial nature. In fact, in some of my research, I found that Pope Innocent I had an ambassador to Benin. Pope Innocent I. As you know, I'm an academician. I am not going to tell you anything that I cannot prove. Okay, everything I'm telling you, I research it, they are well documented. So when we are asking about who are the Edos, I want to tell you what culture you come from, that you are all blessed to belong to the Edo family. Next slide, please. Next slide. All right. Europeans have been coming to Edo State, in the Edo Kingdom, the Benin Kingdom. And when they came, the Portuguese, which the Beninese called Ikpotoki, okay, it was the Portuguese. And many of our things now, they have Portuguese words. Like ekuye, the spoon, is a Portuguese word. Okay? Ekalaka is kaneka in Portuguese. Ekalaka, nayamwame, with what we drink with now. So these are all and the Portuguese respected the Edo people. It is when the British came in, trying to colonize, they came to the empire. They wanted, unannounced, they wanted to speak to the Oba. And the chief said, "Oh, do you have an appointment?" And they said, "No." He said, "Well, the Oba cannot just receive you like that." Because it was around the Igwe festival. And he said the Oba is very busy, doesn't receive visitors. They were incensed that, an African community could be talking. That was the time of Queen Victoria. Okay? So, the next slide, please. When they saw the art, and in fact, some of those British, they were trying to be rude, and some of them had to go. The guards took care of them, because you cannot force your way into the palace. And 3 or so escaped and went to Britain to complain. And they could not believe it, that messengers of Queen Victoria were treated that way. So they wanted to come to Benin to show us that they have power. And there was a discussion in their community whether it was worth it to send an army. And they said, yes, it's worth it. As a matter of fact, the artifact there, the artwork, can pay many times over for whatever expenses we will incur. And that's why they came. Look at this tusk. Look at the details of and it tells stories. In fact, some of them had, in terms of the successions of different obas. So when they saw this, they thought Africans were savages. They could not believe this. Next slide, please. So they came and took over Ovorame to Calabar. This is all you are seeing there are the artifacts. Behind them, you see a pile. These are things that they stole from Benin. All right? And they took the Oba to Calabar. Next slide, please. This is Oba Kezwa II. He came to the throne when he was 32 years old. Very young man. And he was born 2 years after the Benin massacre. Okay, he was born 2 years. The father, of course, is Eweka the second. All right. So he tried to retrieve some of this artwork, It didn't go anywhere. Next slide, please. Now, what you see there is Akenzwa II, who is the grandson of Ovorame. And this is Queen Elizabeth, who is the granddaughter of Queen Victoria. She came to Benin because she's heard so much about Benin from the parents, and he wanted to see it. He came here. That's Awolowo, Chief Awolowo behind there. He came to Nigeria and said, I want to see that Benin people. And of course, Akenzwa II, His Royal Highness, was a gentleman. And I remember some people were upset that he was kind of bowing down. But it was just a courtesy to a lady. He was a gentleman. Next slide, please. So he even visited the Buckingham Palace in return. All right, so we thought we have made up. Now, next slide. See, if they had done it to any other ethnic group, that would have been the end of the group. The king is taken to Calabar, and people would have just gone on their way. But the Beninese, they are very resilient. And they have a tradition that is unshakable. And so there was no dispersion of people and everybody trying to grab power and all. So there you go. Next slide, please. So these are the Obas that have reigned. Apart from Igodomigo, the time of Ogiso. And there are still children of Ogiso family. Anybody here that greet Lyso? Lyso, stand up, please. Anybody? Now that's an Ogiso family. Right there. Right there. That's Ogiso family right there. It's not to be made up. When you are telling our history, don't embellish. Don't tell any feelers in it. The history is strong enough to be on its own. And when there are flaws, let's admit the flaws. It's a part of us. So accuracy is better than embellishment. All right. So now you see the number 13, Olua. That is the 14, Olua. Excuse me? Olua. 14 is Olua. Okay. Jinwa, who is the father of the Shekiri. Jinwa, who is the father of Shekiris, was the prince of Olua, one of the children of Olua. Ginwa. All right. So there are many people who don't know their history. Okay. Now, if you look there in Ewari the first, we have Ewari the second now. Ewari the first is the time of Ewari the first that the Ishans left the empire and moved away because Ewari lost two sons on the same day. And so he wanted the Beninese to mourn for 3 years. No intercourse between husband and wife, no shower, and the Ishans said, no way, we're not going to do this. All right. That's how the Ishans left. Okay. Now you look at Ozolwa. Ozolwa is there, number 16. Ozolwa 16. 1-5. Okay. Ozolwa 1-5, 15. Now his name was Okpame as a prince. When he was fighting for the throne, he took his people and friends and family, and the people were there. That's the founder of the Ora people. Ora people are sons and daughters of Ozolwa. Okay? So please check that out. All right? Now, another one I want to talk about is Esige. which is 1/6. Now, the 8 circles. Any 8 circles here? All right, beautiful. The 8 circles, a circle is a Ivie Sankon. Those were the royal dentists. A circle, akon is teeth. Okay? And they were the people that went to fight at Ata in Ida. Okay? And then they didn't come back. Some of us, when we go to war and we conquer, they say, well, it's too much problem in the Oba is too restrictive over there. So we're just going to stay here. That's how the Esakos stay there. Now, let me also tell you, Agani Bode, okay? It was Ago Ogiani Bode. Okay, it's the place where people were guarding the entry to the kingdom from the north. Ogiani Bode. That's Agani Bode. So please, if you are Esako, uphold your culture. Do what you can to preserve it. But remember your ancestral home. Okay, your ancestral home is Benin. It's a Edo. Okay? And the Asians also do the same thing. There is a greeting, Lagyesan. Okay, I don't want to go into, I did a lot of research on this, but I don't want to go divert because of question of time. Well, Lagyesan, and I think you hear the word Esan there. Okay, there's a whole story about that. All right, so please, next slide. And the kingdom was good. Look at 27. Osware. He reigned for 1 year. 1 year. There are some who reigned for 50 years. But the orderliness was there. The structure. So the Edo people, you know, we are born in our DNA. We have resiliency. We have orderliness. We do things to perfection. Everybody had a duty, you know, and there were guilds. Very organized. So when the Europeans came, they could not believe it. That was the problem. And they wanted to run over. Next slide, please. So that we can move on. So the empire ended with Oba of Vonramen being taken to Calabar. So the post-imperial is the one that we are now talking about. That's Eweka II. That's Akenzwa there, number 37. Then Erediawa, who is the father of this, the current Oba. Next slide, please. Okay, here is Erediawa there. May his soul rest in peace. But soul rest in peace. Next slide, please. And that's the son. Okay. So the issue is that there is no question about your history. How you came from Egypt, and the people that migrated and went to different places. This is it. Next slide, please. And the same people, the fathers of this one, the great-grandfather, were also members of the court. Zale. And look at them. So they hand over to their children too. And their children will do the same thing. Next slide, please. So, why preserve Edo culture? This is a saying from Marcus Garvey. People without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. Okay? Now, you listen to the radio and television, people are paying hundreds of dollars to find out their root by DNA. And you know yours. Right? Everybody here has a greeting. They have a greeting. Your greeting is like your ID, your family identity card. Anywhere you go to, you say your morning greeting. The older people will know who your father is, your father's father, your father's 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 father, and it's there. And that's the culture that we have. Next slide, please. So this game of preserving culture is like a relay team. It's a relay. You take the baton from your parents. Now it's your responsibility to give it to your children. And this race continues. Please. This is yours truly. I have a PhD in biochemistry. I have MD degree. But you know who my greatest teacher ever was? That's the man right there. That's my dad. Okay? I learned everything from him. Now, next slide, please. When I was leaving, he gave me that note. That was a note in his writing. I came here in 1971. I framed that note and I kept it. Every time I face obstacle, like I might even be in a hall like this full of doctors and I'm the only black person there. When I read that note, I know where I come from. And it gave me strength. It just said, farewell, my son. I commend you to the hands of the Almighty. May God grant you the desires of your heart. Amen. It said, work hard and be of an enviable character. When I gave it to one of my professors, he said, who wrote this? Was it the priest that was in your... I said, no, this is my father. He said, this is handwriting? I said, yes. Because they think we just jump from one tree to another. You know, between the crossing of an elephant and a lion, you jump to the other one. And they could not believe it. That's my dad. That's my dad. Next slide. But please gather every book you can find. Old books, when you go home, find them all and gather them. Because we had oral history. And there are books now that are still available. Gather them. Next slide, please. Now, this is where I want to talk about you. What is your responsibility? I've told you about your history. Now, what are you supposed to be doing? You have children. Okay? Beneath names, you will find it glorifies children. Omo Uyi, Omo Igo, Omo Sego, Omo Odion. Everything, celebrate children. Because of that relay, you know, you're supposed to give it. Now, all of you, please, especially for the daughters, give your daughter a Middle Edo name, please. Middle Edo name. When she gets married, that's the only thing we will find. All right? I met several doctors in conferences, and one of them married a white guy. The only thing I saw there was Isoke in the middle name. And I said, this has to be a Benin. I talked to her. Yeah, she's a Benin. Another one I found turned out to be the great-granddaughter of B2 in Benin. And I only knew it by the middle name. So please take care of your children. Teach them about your culture. You know, cook for them. Cook beneath food. Let them taste it. Let them smell it. Okay? Some of them are going to prefer hamburger. That's okay. But tell them what it is and let them eat it and learn about it. Teach them your family greeting. Since I have been here, every kid I met on the elevator, I say, what's your family greeting? That's what I've been doing. And thank goodness, most of them knew it, although they pronounce it wrongly. All right. So, and in your home, have Bini art. Have Bini art. Let people know. In your office, put a Benin artwork there. People will ask you, what is that? Then you have a chance to tell them. Next slide, please. Now, here is a girl, a young lady, a princess. Dress them. If they are having a birthday party and the friends come, dress her like this. Let them see her that she's a princess. All right, next slide, please. Okay, the Imafidons in Britain, it was published 2013. The smartest family in Britain was Edo person. Next slide, please. The other one, please. The Imafidons, what happened is that this is going. I know I'm getting over the time. And Marie, their first daughter, by the age of 20, had a mathematics degree from Johns Hopkins and Oxford. Then the other daughter, Samantha, and did the same thing. Got O-level, got into college at the age of 13. And the two younger ones now, they call them now in Britain the Wonder Twins. Peter and Paula, they are doing the same thing. Now, the only thing I don't see when I read about them, I don't see a Benin middle name for that girl. The other one, they are going to be, the Peter is going to be a Imafidon, so we always know him. But the girls, we have to be careful. And now, please, next slide. All right. Here is an oral young lady. She was 18 when she started writing an oral history of oral people. But she passed away. It was the uncle and the parents that end up publishing this. And I have a copy of it. She was the one who found out that the oral people are children of Osolwas. And they were princes and princesses. Next slide, please, quickly. All right. Okay. Please be proud of your culture. There was a church my wife and I used to go. When we sit in the pew, nobody else sits with us. During time for peace, nobody else extend their hands. So one Sunday, we went with this. You would have thought we just grew out of the sky. Everybody mobbed us. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Where are you from? We've been in that church all this time. Nobody noticed us. So there is power in your culture. There's power. Next slide, please. Okay. So what I have done, I hope I have done, I've told you who the Edos are. Why do we need to, does Edo culture, what does it mean? Why do we have to preserve it? And also I've told you how we preserve and promote. Now, please, I have an urgent call for action. I know I have run over time. Please, the next slide. Call for action. First of all, I want to, a 28-gun salute to ENA and the COP, please. For 28 years, this has been going on. But this time, they came to the birthplace of ENA. This is where ENA was born, at Howard University. With this president here, Dr. Joshua Robo. Dr. Eribo. Is Eribo around? Dr. Eribo? Okay. So, these are the people. So, I salute you. But one thing, if you look around here, ENA, you see the proportion of our female. Okay? One thing, in reading your history, I have not seen a female president. Okay. All right. I don't mean to start a riot or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, if you have 8 cylinders, if you have 8 cylinders in your car and you are working with 4, please think it over. Next year, I would like to be here to see what will happen. Now, Edo Unity, please, Edo Unity. I was in a function, and it was an Asian function, and before they broke the collar, the oldest man there asked for a Benin person to touch the collar first. There were some Asian students, pretty young ladies, and they were upset. Why does a Benin person have to touch it first? Please, let's stop that. We are all members of the same family. You don't take away from Asian glory by recognizing your roots, or Esako, or Onwa people, Ora people. So please, I feel very guilty because I've run over time, but what I want to tell you about, and we'll talk about this later on, is Edo Think Tank USA. It's going to be called ETUSA, Edo Think Tank USA. Please, people who are interested, we're going to get together because there's work to be done. Number one, the artwork that is stolen all over the world. The Jews are reclaiming all the artwork that was stolen in Germany. And we are going to do the same. Benin name ownership. Yes, our cousins who migrated to Dahomey, they chose the name Benin. Now what happens when people ask me, Dr. Bahayoana, where are you from? I say Nigeria. Oh, are you Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa? Those are the three they mentioned. I said, no, I'm Benin. Oh, Republic of Benin? So personally, I think my identity has been stolen. And we're going to find out how we're going to go to UN. We know they are our cousins, but we're going to tell them if they can get Republic de Benin Nouveau. That's Republic of New Benin. So that the old Benin, we can still own that. Now, next slide, please. Next slide, please. We are claiming the thing. The next slide. Okay, that's Republic of Benin. Next slide now. Now, the issue of Roga, we are going to talk about it. Not right now, but in ETUSA, because Edo land belongs to Edo people. All right. Now, next slide, please. And that's this is the last one. You see this young man here? That's an Asian guy. The young lady beside is an Edo person. The next one to that is from Esako. Okay? The next row, that girl there is a Yoruba. The two men behind her are Yorubas. In this one, they are Igbos, the three ones Igbos. Now, the Igbos can talk their language. Nobody else will understand. The Yorubas can talk their language. Nobody else understands. This Ishan band, this is a Benin girl, a Benin lady, and the Esako. They have no common language. And we're going to work on that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much.
Thank you, thank
Amazo amagetawi o yate do yare o eware me no ba eware me no ba Oge no fero, oge no boge, obere ne na tu no boge. Tu atawa ye be ya isa. Tu ape wa pa isa. Ariaga Manuel Isa Sinsa de Yeru Ewari no Rabailo Sinsa de Yeru Owanure Iwo Gaswe Sinsa de Yeru Ìgbọ̀nra màwẹ̀gbẹ̀ o. Sísà tó yẹ̀rù o. Dodo. Ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀rún tààgbà kú egbò dododo. Ìrànátà mi máa yáyá. Dododo. Ẹ̀dẹ́rẹ́ràríyó tànàgbà kú egbè lódòdó ẹ̀rẹ́nẹ̀dó mẹ́ta mi mẹ́rẹ́ ní mẹ́ráyá yíyé o dòdòdó. Ẹ̀dẹ́rẹ́ràríyó tànàgbà kú egbè lódòdó orí òkè náà gbogbo. Yèràwá bí ẹ̀dọ́ ó di ọba. Yèràwá bí ẹ̀dọ́ ó di ọba. Ó tọ́ sí ìwé Kàsárìlá. Olókè ráò yẹ́wà ẹ̀rà bí ó àjò nípa tẹ́lẹ̀ bọ́lá lọ. Yẹ́yẹ́ ráwá ẹgbẹ́ olókè ráò àgbẹ̀dọ́. Amúwárò ọbàdèrò àgbàdo amúadò agbẹ̀rànwó ọbàdèrò àgbàdo ramúwárò ọbàdèrò àgbàdo amúadò. Ọba mẹ́rùá. Àgbàrò ramọ̀rò amúwárò ọba mẹ́rùá. Àgbàdo amúadò agbẹ̀rẹ̀rò ọba mẹ́rùá. Thank you very much. That is Ado Association Cultural Group from Washington, D.C. Authentic.
So, are we ready? Okay. No. Okay. No, you are the one that's going to talk. I'm going to introduce you. No, okay. Are you ready? I'm getting ready to introduce you. Can I quickly, while we are, can the ambassador talk to calm everything down so that
Okay, we are moving on. Remember, we are working towards lunch. We want to have lunch at 1 o'clock exactly. So we have a few minutes to wrap up. So if everybody please sit down so that we can move it on.
sorry.
My dear brothers and sisters, I don't know what to say. My presence here, I think, speaks everything for me. Personally, I am from Ubute in Imo State, and by my own history, we have links with the Beninese. Yes. And from what I have heard, and from what on the little I know, we have Iyasara in Ubute. Most of the titles are replicated in Ubute in our own dialect. And Esen Sofo the second, before his enthronement, after Esen Sofo the first, my father, led Esen Zeribe to Benin when one of the Obas was enthroned. Yes. So I have a link by my own history with Benin. And when I had the invitation, the Edo State celebration today, I made every effort to be present here and on time. Now I am here, as I would say, I am President Buhari in personam. So I am all of you, and all of you are in me, acting through the president, and we're all Nigerians. I'm most delighted with what I've seen, and I would encourage every one of us here to keep the flag flying. And I'm seen amongst you. I will plead with all of you, each and every one of you, to make your presence felt in one way or the other in Nigeria. To make your presence, leave your footmarks there. You're all endowed in various places with very many virtues and disciplines. And I will plead with you, as long as we are here, to be law-abiding with the host community or host country and make Nigeria proud. The embassy of Nigeria is open to each and every one of you. And speaking for the embassy and for myself, we will give every encouragement we can to encourage what I'm seeing here to continue. So I wish you very well, productive and successful in all your endeavors. Thank you very much. And speaking for the embassy and for myself, we will give every encouragement we can.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador.
Here to continue. So I wish you very well, productive and successful in all your endeavors. Thank you very
Where's
much.
Sandy? Okay. Huh? Okay.
Now, as the keynote speaker has actually set the stage for the rest of the evening based on what he told us about who we are as a people and our culture. As we are all aware, here in Washington, D.C., at the Smithsonian Institute, there is a whole section of Edo art and culture in display. That is the only artwork that is on permanent display by the Smithsonian Institute. Other Africa countries' arts get recycled. We are on permanent display. But that is, however, that is not guaranteed. Something might change tomorrow. So that is why we here in Washington, D.C. felt the need for us to build a cultural center, which is going to be our own. We can actually speak for ourselves through our display. And so here to tell you more about that, I'm going to introduce our brother, Engineer Henry Egwa Igbinosun, to talk to you about our project.
Thank you, my brother, Mr. Morugbe. If I may just indulge us a little bit, can we, if we don't mind, give another round of applause to our keynote speaker, Dr. Obayuana, please. Thank you. There's a little bit of self-preservation in that, motion I just made, because he made my work very, very easy. Okay, and especially because I have a few minutes to speak on this. There are two things I'm going to do. Please, if you look at the two screens on the sides, that's the focus of my little speech being here. The $2.5 million, like my brother just said, Edo Cultural and Exhibition Center. That is a project which will become a program once we implement it, that we set out to do about 2 years ago. And we are in motion. We're in big time motion. This convention, thanks to the ENA, who gave us the blessing to talk about it here, and our keynote speaker, who has been a key and major, tremendous advocate of this effort. He was also the keynote speaker when we did our first gala to launch the fundraiser for this project. We started out, and we've so far, we committed ourselves. The Edo Association of Washington, D.C., every member of that association, every member, we number up to 70 people. We are still building on that. Everyone was committed voluntarily to come up with a $1,000 donation to kickstart the fundraiser before we even went into a fundraiser. So with that, we started at home. Like we say back where we came from, charity begins at home. So what we've started to do after that is go out and start to present to folks, all other folks from the Edo community, and our plan is to do this nationally. But lo and behold, here comes the national convention. So that kind of put a little break on our effort. But right after this, we are going full speed and starting right here. So please focus on that. So far, we are going to come to you and do a little fundraiser, maybe right now after that. That's the second thing I'm supposed to be doing here. And we'll see how you can help us. But in future conventions, courtesy and with approval of the ENA executive, we will be coming to you more and more because we really, really need your help. This is going to be our house here. I don't need to go anywhere with that anymore. The keynote speaker, like I said, made it very easy for me. Because when we started this, we have a 45-slide presentation that we do everywhere we go. but he covered everything. So with that being said, we are going to start a little fundraiser here by way of an auction. One of our members who has great connection to the palace in Benin recently donated this artwork from the palace to us. And what we are going to do today is auction them off. So my brother here is going to give us, Mr. Ozamiri is going to give us a little background information about this too.
Oba Atokpe. Oba Atokpe. Ladies and gentlemen, I was privileged to be in attendance at the coronation in 2016. These photographs were taken with my camera, and I've produced several artifacts. And Dr. Oba, you want to mention in the speech earlier that we need to have African arts in our offices, place of work, in our homes, so that we can exhibit our culture. This is the picture of Omonoba Ewaye II that was taken at Urukota during the coronation, right after the staff of office was given to him by Mr. Oshomole. It's oil on canvas, 20 by 24 in dimension. The starting bid is $200 only, just starting bid, silent bid. There is also a 32-page book of all the activities during the coronation. Starting bid for these books is $100 each.
And we are going to start with the big one there. You okay with that, right?
Yes.
That's
also,
okay.
There is another artifact that is making its way from the room. Is a 50 by 60 woven blanket with the same picture on it. The starting bid on that is $500. As soon as it comes, it will be displayed here so that everyone...
Not to cut you short, I just heard that there's a starting bid of $200 over there. My sister, Ms. Omorugbe, did I hear a starting bid of $200?
50 by 60. Okay. Raise your hand if you want to bid. The starting bid on that is $500. As soon as it comes, it will be displayed here. Thank you for coming, sir.
Did I hear 210? Over there. My sister, Ms. Omorugbe, did I hear a starting bid of $200?
Okay.
Did I hear, Ms. Omorugbe? Where are we at?
Raise your hand if you want to bid.
Did I hear 210? 500. Ooh.
500 bid.
Yes, you.
500.
Did I hear 550? 550? 550? 550? Did I hear 550? Going for 500? 600. 600. Aki no speaker.
We have 600.
600.
Dr. Okunda, we have 600 though. Don't leave. Oh.
The two doctors in the house.
We have 600.
650. Do I hear 650? 550. 650? Did I hear 550? 650 is going for 600. 650. Did I hear 650? 600.
Going once.
600. Going once.
Going twice.
We have 600. 600.
So.
All right.
So Dr. Obayuwana.
Dr. Obayuwana. Thank you, my big brother. 650? Okay. I was just told we have 5 more minutes. So when we have how many books? We have 5 books, right? We have 5 books. So we are going to, the starting bid on this is $100. Do I hear $100? We are going to auction off all 5 of them. Huh? Yeah. It's about...
Yeah, it's a 30-page book of photos of the activities during the coronation. That's all, just nice, beautiful pictures.
Do I hear $100? We are going to auction of all 5 in 2016.
By the way, we'll accept all method of payments: checks, money orders, credit cards, cash apps, whatever you've got, we'll take.
$100.
Remember, this is for a good cause now, okay?
Yeah. For a good cause, and then you get to keep this because this is history. It's not going to be replicated.
In the interest of time,
Yeah.
we would have these books available right here.
Yeah.
If you want to do a silent bid, you can approach any of the organizers, and we'll make sure that the book gets to you.
150. We have a bid of 150 for one of the books. Okay. Going.
Going once.
Going once. 2.
In the interest of time,
150.
Sold.
Sold.
All right.
Let's go to the next one. We have 5. How many of them? 4 of them.
4 more. There's 4 more.
4 more. All right. 150. That's the going bid now. 150. We have 4 of them to go. Remember, it's for a good cause. When this house is built, it's going to be our house. And that's where all the activists.
It would also be your house.
Your house, that's it. It's going to be all the activists that we have. Like the good doctor was saying, the keynote speaker, we are going to go everywhere they have our artifacts and start to bring them back into the house. The Smithsonian here in Washington, D.C. have a lot of them right now, and we are working with them. So please, 150. All right. We are going to keep the 200. 200.
Yeah, to our Honorable Dr. Yama on the high table. Thank you very much. Yeah. So we will continue this later. So we will continue the auction later. If you are interested, please let us know. I just want to quickly tell you, like we promised, we are going to do lunch at 1 o'clock. No more, no less. Meanwhile, just want to quickly let you know that if you log into www.africtoday.com, africtoday.com, if you log in, this is being streamed live on Facebook, live, Twitter, and YouTube. So if you log into that network, you will be able to see this event as we are going on. Now, the last speaker before we go to lunch is the president of the Edo National Association Worldwide, Mr.
Special guest of honor, representatives of the executive governor of Edo State, Godwin Noregase Obaseki, representatives of the Oba of Benin, Oba Eware II, traditional rulers from our homeland of Edo State, honorable guests, members of the councils of president, members of board of advisors, members of the executive, members of ENAW from our homeland, ladies and gentlemen of Edo State, it is my honor, honorable guest, and pleasure to welcome you to Edo National Association Worldwide 28th Annual Convention, a gathering that provides the avenue and opportunity to interact, socialize, practice our culture, and make plans to help ourselves, our homeland, and mankind. I wish to give thanks to entire membership of Edo Club of Washington, D.C. for hosting this year's convention, and a special thanks to the club president and chairman of the convention, Dr. Dixon Jesurobo. Before I present what my office as the president constitutionally mandate me to do, which is the presentation of the current state of affairs of ENAW, I wish to give infinite thanks to the Almighty God for preserving us and making this event successful. Before I present what my office, I would also like to give a special thanks to my wife, Mrs. Justina Oyiboke Osifo, which is the presentation of the current state of affairs of my children and grandchildren for their understanding, support, and prayers for the last 3 years. One more year to go. I wholeheartedly appreciate you, and God bless you immensely. ENAW is an incorporated and a 501c organization in the United States, an NGO, which is non-governmental organization in Nigeria. As of today, ENAW has 45 Edo clubs, and we are building on that in the United States and Canada. In the past 3 years, we have made great strides in preserving ENAW and assisting in the development of our homeland. Knowing that the welfare of any community begins with the well-being of his people, ENAW contributes to the well-being of many communities in Edo State through addressing women and children issues, building and maintaining a park in Utekon for general public use, assisting in the Libya returnee program, providing school supplies to school children, providing financial support for the upkeep of orphans, donating medical supplies and equipment to healthcare facilities and clinics, making cash donations for various assistance, coming to the aid of Edo indigenes needing assistance to resolve health crises, including life-saving surgical procedures. And now we are starting the construction of Afema Park in Aunchi, a 3-year program, carrying out yearly medical mission to the 3 senatorial districts of Edo State, which has now become an event that thousands of Edos eagerly wait for and long for during the year. We attended the 2019 medical mission and took care of 12,000 patients. Multiple surgeries were done along in conjunction with the mission. We previously shipped home a 30-foot container filled with food items, clothing, footwears, medications, medical equipment, and other supplies which were given out in various towns and villages during the mission, with some leftovers for the year 2020. ENAW is working harmoniously with the Oba of Benin on his call to preserve Edo language. To that end, Edo language schools set up in Canada and United States is being realized, and Edo language student scholarship has been established in ENAW, and some of you have heard those information. We have continuously embarked on membership drive. That is why we have 45 clubs, and we are building on that. There's been improvement in our communication system with the inclusion of social media. Now, let's talk about expenses. We have continuously
revenue, income,
membership drive.
transparency, and accountability.
That's why we have 45 clubs.
We have worked very well with the Council of Presidents and have enjoyed great support from the 45 members clubs with the payment of annual dues, which is our primary source of income,
Now,
in addition to fundraising and raffles that we do during the convention.
revenue,
In terms of spending, the modus operandi of this regime has been and continue to be that we come up with projects, project ideas, discuss and agree on it by the executive, get the approval of the COPs, and then carry out that project. And that is how ENA works.
the modus operandi
Reducing spending, expenses, transparency, and accountability
to be that
has been a priority and common practice in our operations,
discuss
as evidenced
and agree on
in the dealings, presentations,
get the
and
approval
reports.
of the COPs,
Operating expenses have steadily been reduced by eliminating waste,
reducing
making, for example,
transparency and
our medical mission volunteers pay your way affair.
in our operation
Since I became the president,
as evidence
that is what we have done. I am a nurse. My wife is a nurse. I pay our way for the medical mission.
expenses has steadily
ENAW Members Fund,
by eliminating waste.
a form of insurance or bereavement
For example, our
program that has grown
volunteer
and helped members at times of need.
since I became
May the soul of the departed members rest in
I am a
peace.
nurse. My wife is a nurse. I pay our way for the medical.
A big thanks to the participating members
ENAW members
and the management board, headed by Honorable Jim Otokiti.
form of insurance or
This program is doing extremely well
program that has grown.
and is open to all ENAW members. Please
May the soul of the departed
capitalize on this opportunity and enroll in this program.
thanks to the participating
There is no match for this program anywhere else. There is no life insurance, group life insurance, that has the quality that the ENAW Members Fund has. $10,000, no question, just certificate of debt,
and enroll in this.
as long as you've been in that program for 3
So,
years.
there is no match
A lot of life insurance program, once you turn 70, they will drop you, even if you want to pay 1 million every month. No way. You check it out. But our program is open to all members of ENAW.
just certificate of debt.
Apart from the elected officers, ENAW relies on the special help from the committees formed
A lot of
from members from the United States and Canada to carry out assigned responsibilities. We have been fortunate to work with some of the most energetic and successful committees, and I graciously say thank you to all the committee members and their leaders. Medical Mission chaired by Ms. Mercy Grant, Alfema Park chaired by Dr. Charles Kerobo, fundraising chaired by Mr. Walter Asemuta, Edo Language School chaired by Deacon Lucky Osifu, and Edo Language Student Scholarship chaired by Mr. Osage Igbunosun. I say thank you to all of you.
medical mission chaired by
Embarking on ENAW project or event or undertaking requires member support and funding. Thank God you have been there to provide as needed, and we will continue to cherish and count on your support. I appeal to those that are yet to support or thinking of supporting to come on board, so that together we can make a change. When you donate to ENAW, know that your donation is for a good cause, and will go a long way to making our homeland better. And God will bless and replenish your pocket in millionfold.
I appeal to those that are yet
I accepted the position of ENAW National President for the progress of ENAW.
make a change.
As the outset of our tenure, we promise to regularize the ENAW, the operations of the ENAW, to make it a home for all Edos, regardless of tribe, class, fashion, gender, or echelon, to promote diversity and inclusiveness, inculcate discipline, accountability, transparency, clean out eminence, grease, maintain an environment of equality, peace, respect, adherence to rules and regulations, promote sticking to protocols that will generate some magnetism that pulls together the men and women from the 3 senatorial districts of Edo State. We have done that. And along the way, we met with some disorderliness. But thank God, everything is moving smoothly, and that has put us in a state of dynamic equilibrium. I hereby use this opportunity to say thank you for your continued understanding, support, and protection of this only element of magnetism that bonds us together, called ENAW. My sincere thanks and appreciation to all the donors, sponsors that make our mission, event, project, undertaking possible. A great thanks and appreciation to the Council of Presidents for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for attending this convention. I thank you for the support. And a special thanks to the COP chairman, Mr. Martin Demudia, for his caliber, dexterity, and work ethics. A special thanks or a special welcome to the Board of Advisors chaired by Elder Franklin Omoruna. Let me affirm that I am grateful to each and every one of you for helping to make ENAW what it is today. I am pleased with our zeal to achieve even more. And for sure, we have some more work to do to make us and our homeland better. But I am confident that as a family, we will be successful. So let's work together sincerely, respectfully, adhering to rules and regulations and protocols to make ENAW and our homeland better. God bless Edo National Association worldwide. God bless Edo State. God bless Nigeria. God bless Canada. God bless the United States of America. Obarato Okberi.
Is
Rabokia. Ene yangele imatela. Ene yangele imatela. Ene yangele. Rabokia. Association. Not only has he done so many things and is a son of the soil and has been in Washington, D.C. area for years, which we are so proud to know him. And because of that, I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to please, please, please help me welcome Mr. Richard Omorogbe. Mr. Richard Omorogbe.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Thank you. And that is very, very funny. DJ Easy, take it easy. DJ Easy. As DJ Okosun. Thank you all. We want to thank everybody for coming back on time. We are about to start again, just like we did this morning. When the important dignitaries come in, we are going to invite them to the head table. Meanwhile, we have a lot of our COP members. That's the Council of Presidents. We are going to invite them all to the head table, to their seat. All COP, please, we invite you to come up and come and sit in your usual seat. COP members, please, come up. Thank you, thank you. All COP members, we need you up front. COP members, come on. All COP members to the, this is going to go so fast because we want to dance. As what is this?
This is the COP.
And let's take it to them. Take it to them.
The 28th Convention of Edo Association, and right here standing with me is the ambassador of Nigeria, and I want to welcome you, Mr. Ambassador, again. Thank you for coming to this program. So my first question will be, I know that Nigerians outside of Nigeria do bring a lot of contribution to the country of Nigeria. So what do you think today's impact will be as far as Nigeria with the Edo Association?
The impact, let me get clearly a question. What is the question really? What is your question really? Let me understand your question, please.
Okay, so the question is that the positive impact I'm sure that it is going to make. What are you feeling right now? Because every country is looking for their partners outside or those in the diaspora to make a positive impact. So what do you think this association is going to bring, especially this convention, to Nigeria?
Well, the best I would say, and the only thing I would say, if it were otherwise, I wouldn't be here. It would bring the best advantage and optimally. And that's why I'm here.
That's right.
I won't associate with you if you will not produce the best, the ultimate. Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes.
It's been pleasure. Yes, it is my very great pleasure to have come. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come if you would not hear anything. Yes. Yes, very well, very well.
And this makes, I'm sure it's going to give them a lot of, I don't want to say ego, but a lot of clout because you made it here.
It's my greatest pleasure. It's my greatest pleasure, and I thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate your time. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. All right. This is Africa Today. Once more, like I said, what are you expecting to get from this convention? And you can state your name and what city or country that you're from.
My name is John Oweir. I'm from Boston, the United States. And actually what I intend to get here today, if I see the governor here, I'll be much happier to see him speak about the development in those states and how far he has gone in the security affairs of those states, because most of us outside the country are very concerned about that. So if he can let us know exactly, he can secure the state for everyone, and then we'll be much happier to come in, because a lot of people will be scared about, they want to go home because of that.
I'm sure they are working towards that. But it's so nice speaking with you, and thank you for coming from all the way from Boston. Thank you very much, and I hope you all enjoy your time.
Thank you.
And we are here to support you from Africa Today. And my question is, how are you feeling right now?
Really nice. Yeah.
Okay, right. What's your name again, and what state or city or country are you coming from?
My name is Felicitas Aimufua. I live in the Maryland here. And sorry, what did you say again?
What city or state?
I live in Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Okay. And what would you say you want to take out of this convention?
It's the unity, the culture. It's good for our kids to know and help build the next generation coming up. Yeah, so it's a way of fostering that. So, and that's what I want everybody to take away from it. We shouldn't forget where we are coming from.
We should not forget where we are coming from. Thank you very much, Felicity. Thank you. I will see you around. Okay.
And in Frederick, Point of Rocks in Frederick County in Maryland.
Okay, great. So how are you feeling now? Excited? Super excited?
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. Being the host state, hosting the 28th year of Edo National Worldwide, as Edo National Association Worldwide. So we are very excited to have everyone here, and I think we are having a great time.
Great. And one last question, actually, before you go. Like I said, it's going to be brief. What do you expect to take out of this meeting?
I expect to take out, what every one of us, the host country, expects to take out is to know more about our culture and the heritage of Edo people, especially our children born here in diaspora. And we are trying to introduce our children into our culture and understand what it is to be an Edo person.
To be an Edo person, very proud too. Yeah,
we are very proud. We are very proud, and I'm very, very proud of being an Edo person or lady.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. All right, thank you. Hello, and of course, I should say to myself, welcome to me.
Thank you very much. We are happy you are here.
Thank you very much. So just tell us your name and what country or state you're from, and then the second addendum to that question would be, how are you feeling right now?
Wow. My name is Faustina, Tina for short, woman, Ni Oyegun. I'm from Maryland. I thank God for the opportunity to be here today. I feel so excited that we are trying to do things to help the community here and back at home. And we have heard a lot about the educational system, the improvement going on back home. Because when I first came to this country and started school, I didn't have to do most of the courses because I got exemption, because we had very good education in 1970 when I first came here. I was doing job, I'm working and going to school and helping other students. students. I was a teaching assistant when I first came in here, so I didn't have to go out to work. I just worked in the school environment and earned good money. So it was very good then. I hope our children will come up and be able to do such things, to follow suit.
All right.
Very hard. Thank you very much. I'm happy to have had a chat with you. God bless you,
Thank you very much, Tina. Can I call you Tina? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. From Africa Today TV, and I just wanted to ask if you can just tell us your name or what city, state, and country you're coming from, and just let me know so that the viewers will know that you are here.
I'm Honorable Igmenedion Editua from Oredo, the first legislator after the creation of Edo State.
Ah, yes. That's great. I feel very humble standing by you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So how are you feeling? How are you feeling right now concerning this convention that is going on? 28.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very happy to see my people in great number demonstrating the actions we want to take back home to help the needy.
And what will be action plan 1? What is like top on your list?
Oh, education is topmost in my mind. And we want to go back to history and bring up the old educational system so that we can have the record we have had. You see a lot of our boys here, girls, they are doctors, professors, military personnel, retired colonels. So we are happy to be here tonight.
Oh, that's very good. So what would be one encouragement that you want to send to the other people who may not have been here today and would like their assistance? What would be the message you want to send to them?
We want them to join us. We want them to come to see what it is to be in unity. Okay. But when you are united, we can move the mountain. Yes. Right. That's where we are.
Very good, thank you. And are you came from Nigeria?
No. I'm resident here in Maryland. Yes, I'm in Frederick, Maryland.
Oh, very good. Thank you so very much for being here, and it's a pleasure speaking with you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So how are you doing today? If you can just tell us your name and what state or country you're from.
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm Dr. Godwin Odia, originally from Nigeria, and I reside here in Washington metropolitan area.
All right, very good, very good. How are you feeling right now concerning this 28th convention that your organization is holding?
I'm feeling great about it, that we can bring all our people together and get us thinking alike, and so we can help our people back home.
All right. So what do you expect as an individual from Nigeria? Let's take the big picture. What do you expect to take out from this convention?
So unity, because when we have unity, we have strength. Without unity, there's a problem. And the more we are unified, the greater things we can do together.
Unity is what he's bringing out from this convention. Thank you so very much, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Hello.
How are you doing? Very good. It's so good to see you. So can you please tell us your name and what state, country, or town you're coming from?
Okay, my name is Efe Okuns. I'm from New York State.
I'm
from Benin.
Okay.
Yeah, Oyayo Bahano Bay.
Oyayo Bano Okwe. Oyayo Bano Okwe. Aha. You see, you know what? I can easily be a Nigerian.
Yeah.
That's very good. So how excited are you from 1 to 10? How excited are you about this ongoing convention that we are on right now?
I would say 10. I'm really very happy to be here today. And I'm happy to see my people and to have a group of my people coming together to have a discussion about the future of our people, the Edo State.
Thank you very much. And when you talk about future, but what would you think would be like priority 1 and 2 concerning Edo State?
First of all, we have to deal with education. Education should be number 1. Then we have to deal with the criminal justice system or the court system. Then we have to deal with infrastructures, our roads, our buildings, our parks, and so many things we need to really work on. You see, there are so many things we really need to work on in Edo State. First of all, I want to use this opportunity to thank the governor for the good job he's doing. He's really doing a very good job for the people of Edo State. And we, the people of Edo State, we actually appreciate what he is doing. And there are still some other minor areas I also want him to look into. And those are the area of the court system, the area of the predatory lending in Edo State. What do I mean? Somebody having a problem in Edo State goes out to borrow some money, maybe 50,000 or let me say 500,000 naira for one reason or the other. In 5 months, somebody borrowing 500,000 this month, in 5 months, that person will now be owing $1 million, $1 million naira, so to speak.
So we're going to let the court system and the governors take into that area
to make sure, because when you do that, you are really you are eroding the middle class. Because in Edo State now, you have the rich and the poor, and the rich, the rich, they are in a way they're taking out the resources of the middle class, of the middle and the lower class.
Okay.
Now let us look at.
So that's why you all are here today, so that you can talk about unity, you can project oneness, so that in that state, everybody will look at each other as a sibling, as brothers and sisters.
Then there's one other aspect I also want to mention.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Thank you. Yes, please. Yes.
I can go back.
I am here with our wonderful MC, a wonderful MC. Yeah, probably tonight we'll work some more. So let's just have your name, probably what you do, and what state you are in regarding this convention.
Richard Omorugbe. I live here in the state of Maryland, and I'm a clinician, so I see patients for therapy and counseling.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
In business. I'm also in business.
Of course, who is not in business? We're all in business. All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you right now regarding this ongoing 28th annual convention?
We are extremely excited. We are actually excited to have everybody back in Washington, D.C. As you may know, this convention started here. The first convention was held here in Washington, D.C. So we are just so glad to have everybody come back home. So we are very excited.
Oh, that's good. So what do you expect? What are your expected outcomes regarding this association?
Our goal is to get a lot more of Edolites involved in the movement. The movement is to grow the Edo people in the diaspora, for us to organize so that we can actually pursue a common cause to help the people at home. So that's our ultimate goal. Get the Ishans, the Afemas, the Owans, and the Akoko Edos. We want to bring all of them to the fold so that we can speak with one voice.
And you said earlier, you said Edolites. Is that how you call yourself?
No, that is not the official language. I just created that.
Oh, so he just created the Edolites. I love it.
Yes, a lot of people say that too. Yes.
I kind of like it. So what would be the #1 priority of the outcome of this convention? Like when you leave here, what's the way forward? What are you guys going to look at top on your list to work with in your state?
Top in our list is to work in closer collaboration with the state government for Edo State. We want to be politically involved, having the right to vote. We want the state government to carve out a niche for us so that we can contribute meaningfully in the education and medical aspect of the state.
Okay. Well, thank you so very much. By the way, you're doing a wonderful job. I heard you singing and dancing. I'm like, whoa, I can't stand him. Thank you, Richard. It was nice speaking with you. How are you doing? All right. So can you please just tell us your name and what city, state, or country you're coming from?
My name is Dr. Mercy Okundayi. I'm from New York.
From New York, New York. It's good to have you here. So what do you came all the way from New York to take one thing from this convention. What is that one thing?
I came with unity. Unity, because I'm so happy because I came here, this is my first time here. I've never attended such a convention. I've been hearing of it. But when I came here, what I wanted to see, I actually saw it. And hearing that the governor and his wife was coming, I wanted to hear from them what were they doing back home. And I was glad. I was satisfied with what they said. But not mostly satisfied though, because I'm still waiting for one thing that I'm still looking for, which they have approached. They've worked on it as the youths, the recreational activities for the youths. They have said things, set motions and pillars in place. They are working. So I appreciate that. So next year, hopefully, we'll hear something more.
So by the time we come next year, we should be hearing the improvement, checklist 1 and 2.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much. And of course, you look beautiful, stay beautiful. All right, it's been great.
May I please have this table go through this door? This table right here, go through this door, please. Through this door.
How are you doing? Very good, very good. Oh, be careful, yeah. Very good, it's good to see you. By the way, I love the traditional dress. I really do love it. So what's your name and what city or state you're from?
Okay, my name is Osagi Binoso from Chicago.
May I please have this table go through this door?
National ENAW Cultural Director of this association.
You're the National ENAW Cultural Director. I want us to talk about that a little bit, because one of the things that we fail to continue is the cultural aspect of, Africa generally. And I love the way you're doing it. So what are you doing to
May I please have this table go through this door?
Thing in Chicago, for instance?
In Chicago, for the grown-up, for the ENAW, because I represent ENAW, I don't want to just focus on Chicago. We have a program now to teach the little kids how to read in Edo language, speak Edo language. We encourage our mothers or daddy to name their children the Edo language names, because your name will tell people who you are and where you come from. So by naming your child's name from Edo, anywhere he or she goes, they will know that's Edo. And there's a program now that we are putting together to give scholarships to university students to read Edo language, so that they can be the trainer. They will now go to high school to teach the kids. So those are things we're putting together as a cultural director through ENAW.
Oh, that's I'm amazed at that. Thank you so very much. So what do you think the response of the youth has been towards that, or even the adults?
They're very receptive. They're very glad and they're happy that this is coming up. They want to associate. Like tonight, we're going to have a Jeopardy or in Edo, historical Edo for our kids, to ask them who was the first Oba of Benin, who is the current Oba of Benin. So we want to get them into historical perspective in Edo. They are very glad to be a part of Edo.
Oh, thank you so much. One last question. What do you hope to take away from this convention?
We hope to take away from this convention, one, to showcase our culture. our culture, we have a very rich cultural heritage, and also to set a platform how we can be able to enhance what our governor is doing in Nigeria and to support the administration little way we can. And coming together, a tree cannot make a forest. Coming together, we'll be able to achieve our goal.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Once again, we're here at the Gateway Marriott right here in Crystal City in Virginia, and we are celebrating the Edo Association 28th years of convention. And this is how it's been going on. We've had people from different states and from the city or the state of Nigeria, the country of Nigeria as well. The governor is here, the ambassador has been here, so has been our county executive, Mark Elikas, as well. So please stay tuned, we will be with you again. Your state you're from?
Okay, my name is Dr. Christine Omari Ononiwu. I'm from Maryland. I'm actually the Women and Youth Leader for the EAWDC chapter.
Oh, that's great. You're the women and youth leader. That's amazing. So, how has it been for you as a women's leader in this, now it's a women's empowerment world that we live in. So how has it been for you to galvanize these women, and how receptive are they with the ongoing trend of the women's empowerment?
All right. You know, when dealing with women, it's not always very easy, but I got to say that our women have been awesome. You know, they've been very united, so that's made my life so much easy. They're always, women, you know, as you know, they're doctors, they're nurses, they have busy lives, but one thing I can tell you is that they are all very, very excited when it comes to the affairs of their community. They're very excited about their culture, and they're excited about showcasing their culture and passing it on to their children, so they're very involved in our community, and it's been great leading them, and I've not really had much problems, so I'm very grateful for that.
That's good. That's good. Well, when women say yes, they say yes. That much I know. And so, as far as this convention, what do you hope to take away, or what is one word probably you want to take to the women to continue in the trend for the upcoming conventions that are ahead?
Okay. What I would like to say to the women is that women, we need you. You know, for us to pass our culture to our children, women play a very vital role. You know, in bringing up the children, even outside of the culture, women play a very vital role in the house. So I'm appealing to all the women, please, let's keep ladies, I'd like to appeal to you to please to continue to carry on this tradition, continue to instill in your children our culture, our values, and as you all know, without women, the world will not be, you know, what it is today. And I want to congratulate you. I want to thank you for all your hard work so far, and it's been a great convention so far. I want to thank you all for your efforts, and I pray that we'll see many more conventions, and I pray that years from now, your children, my children, will carry this on.
Thank you very much. Your children and our children will carry this on. Thank you very much, Doctor. Once again, we're here at the Gateway Marriott right here in Crystal City in Virginia, United States of America, where we have people from Nigeria and we have people from all the states here at the 28th annual convention of the Edo State Association. Thank you. We'll be right back. All right, so we're here at the Gateway Marriott in in Crystal City in Virginia, and here at the Arlington Ballroom, we meet the members of the registration committee who have been here, I understand, since 6 a.m. this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if you just want to give your name, and I want you to each tell me, what are you expecting from this convention? How are you feeling right now? On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel?
We are pumped up. 10.
Okay, 10.
We are 10. Emmanuel Omorui.
All right.
I'm Christopher Ekato.
All right, tell me how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way.
I'm feeling great because of we never expected this kind of crowd. So we are very happy that this crowd turned out to be like this.
All right, let me come on because I want to be very close to you. All right, so you are very excited because you never expected the crowd like this. Turn to the camera.
Yeah. Because of the controversy that was in existence, so we kind of underrated the response. But being who we are in this area, we pulled through, and we are happy that we have such a turnout.
And I think your turnout is very, very great.
Yeah, my name is Mike Osemige. I'm excited because this is an avenue to promote our culture, and I hope that people live here and feel free to exhibit our culture.
All right, and you, sir?
I'm Augustine Ufume. I'm very excited to be a part of this history. I'm very proud of Edo people and to promote our culture. At least this is a very good occasion to be a part of it, and we are very excited with all the turnout.
The turnout is very great. I can see that. I think I should say that you are the chairman of the registration committee. I think let's go to the camera out there. Come here, please. Yeah, face the camera. That's where the activities are. As the chairman of the registration committee, how many people roughly would you say are here in attendance?
I will say we have more than 1,000.
More than 1,000 people. I can see that.
Yeah, quite a huge number. And more are still coming.
And what do you say make up the demographics of the people like they're coming? Are they mainly based in Maryland or?
In the family.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true. And somebody said to me earlier on that one of the priority would be education. What's your thought about that?
Yes, education is key in every endeavor of life, because without education you cannot make progress. So education is number one.
All right. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you right now?
10 over 10. Very excited. Very excited.
Very good, very good. And thank you so much. I see you guys have been here for so long. Any last words to the viewers? Any encouragement?
A lot of encouragement we're expecting. Okay. And the question was, what was the question again?
Encouragement do you want to give to the viewers? People who may be watching us live or people who will listen to this?
Well, I want them to, to feel good about it. And then because, like I said earlier, those who even think like that because of discrepancy, and then people came out so loud and they were so impressed when they see the turnout and what we were giving out.
So we just want them to come, have fun, enjoy every activity that we have put forth to them, and merry and be joyous. And at the end of the day, we are one family, and everybody will go home happy.
What is an Edo association without a dance? Is there going to be some dancing?
Of course. We have a gala night today, and with lots of action-packed activities.
Right. Well, thank you very much again, and I'm going to leave you to do your job. You've been very wonderful. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you.
It's been great all through history, and there's no reason why they should be in the state they're in today. So I believe that with the right politics, with the right leadership, we can get Edo back to where it should be.
What is one sentence that you would say today describing this convention?
That it's awesome. The preparations have been marvelous. I'm quite impressed at the attendance, but more importantly, the commitment to the Edo cause.
And especially the basic...
Edo Best. I'm assured, I have the commitment that all of Edo's in diaspora will support home. They will support this reform.
It's going to be 3 years before we see you again, because I'm going to be part of it.
Make sure I'm governor next year.
Yes, we're going to be praying. Thank you very much. Very good to hear from you. You describe the 7 characteristics of culture in such a beautiful way. Can you, for the sake of those who may be listening or not here, can you just break it down into like 1 paragraph? What do you
No, culture, as I said, is defining characteristic of any human being, and it spells out culture of attire, culture of arts and crafts, culture of language, culture of what I would call
I think you said the culture of attire, the culture of arts and crafts,
music, yes, dancing,
festival and carnival.
Yes, exactly.
Great attention.
Okay, all right. You know, because I limited that, I didn't memorize them. You know. So the import of what I was saying is really to look at culture and be able to harness the commercial value of culture by establishing another, what I call another prism of culture, which embraces commerce. And when you create that linkage, then you can harness it in such a way to create business and employment for people, and then in the process you create jobs and reduce social tension.
Thank you so very much. So what would you say is your perspective about the convention today?
It's excellent. You know, I commended the members of who planned this convention, the local committee. They did very well, because the report I had from participants was clearly that this was about the best of all the ones they have conducted in the past. And I commend them a lot and congratulate them. And I pray that others should surpass this one. They should continue to raise the bar and power on like an eagle.
Power on like an eagle. Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you.
put our hands together for them.
Can we put our hands together for Edo Association Cultural Group? All right. Hold it.
They come back where I go wear my dress.
Hold it, easy, hold it. What do you think?
I'm coming back.
Can I hear it from you? Can we put our hands together? Can we put our hands together for our cultural group? Are you pleased? We told you we were said we were going to do it. All right? Very good. Now, you ain't seen nothing yet. No, you ain't seen nothing. Remember, there are 5 major ethnic groups in Edo State. Okay? The Benis, the Asians, the Owens, the Akoko Edos, and the Afamans. We are all here. We are all members of Edo Association of Washington, D.C. Okay, so we are going to continue to entertain you. Just be with us for 1 second. Okay? Oh, before I forget, somebody wrote a check addressed to Edo National Association Medical Mission. The person has misplaced the check. If you have found it, if you see it, if you will please bring it to my attention. A check addressed to ENA Medical Mission. Also, I also have this earring that I can't use. So check your ears, ladies. Okay? All right, thank you.
Yo. Boom.
Entertain you.
What did I say? I said Ubabonemi is coming to entertain. And after that, we are going to do some dance. Please just bear with us, okay?
Here, you know what I mean? You know what? So I'm a singer, songwriter, and dancer, but tonight, right, I'm not going to even sing at all. I have a song on the radio, 92.9 FM, 97.5 FM, Chicago, Atlanta. You know, I'm representing Nigeria to the fullest. But because I'm here tonight to do for my people, right, I'm not even going to sing. I'm going to take you all the way back home to Nigeria, you know what I mean? I'm going to take you far back home. Most of you don't even remember what Baboneleme is. Do you guys know Baboneleme? No, I don't think so. Do you know what Baboneleme is? You guys stay in America too long, you forget about your culture, right? So we're going to give you a lot of cultural dance in Baboneleme from Asia. Anybody from Asia? Yeah, I'm from Asia. Come on, everybody from Asia, hold on me. Aye. Okay, now bring out your dollars, you know. Alright, so King Baba James in the house once again. You can find me on Instagram, King Baba James. This Facebook, Twitter. And if you want to hear my music, I play a lot of music with American artists. I don't know if you heard of Lush Money. I play music with American artists, hip hop artists. Now we're going to do, hey, ready?
put our hands together. Can we put our hands together, please? Can we sit down? hey, 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 hey. Can we put our hands together, please? Can we put our hands together? Washington, D.C. Welcome. All right. All right, can we put our hands together, please? Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. All right, let's put our hands together for them. Let's put our hands together, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. That's Washington, D.C. rocks. Another son of Washington, D.C. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you all get tired, please let us know because we have much, much, much more. If you are tired, let us know. We can, we can call it quits. Don't forget our able DJ Easy, the younger brother to Sonny. Easy, let me talk. That's the younger brother to our late Sonny Okosun. Washington, D.C. very own, DJ Easy. Now, very good. Coming up.
Obamaregwa. 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 Yaro
ọmọbe yore yore o yore. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ yọrọ ọmọbe. 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 Yore yore o yore. Ọmọbe. Yore 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 yore. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ yọrọ ọmọbe. Yore yore o yore.
Owó, eva, eha, ene, isen, eha, ihian. Ọba ọ̀tọ̀pẹ́.
Ọba ọ̀tọ̀pẹ́. A masquerade cannot dance behind the drummer without being seen. Our Oba here is a spirit. Our gods and ancestors, as I've stated your name today in your eyes. Ọba ọ̀tọ̀pẹ́.
Ohamara me bagari uke, ohagi muije me bagari ekwa.
Ohamoge ome.
Papa jana bolo ke le kwa ro temi amere.
Ohamoge ome.
Akoye kokoro upolo ayo solo be na ko.
Ohamoge ome.
Akoye kokoro upolo ayi mo busume.
Ohamoge ome.
Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́ gbẹ́dọ̀ gbọ́gbọ́ pọ̀ wò gẹ́yẹ.
Ohamoge ome.
Fàyà jèrè dàgí kó fèrè dọ́gba.
Ohamoge ome.
Fàyà jèrè dàgí kó fèrè dọ́gba.
Ohamoge ome. 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 Ife. Microphone.
Today marks a new day, a new beginning for every one of us. Today marks a new beginning for every one of us.
Use this mic.
Today marks a new beginning for every one of us. For the throne, for our kingdom, We are born warriors, and we are never scared. We are known to conquer our enemies, eyes glued to theirs, until they meet with the wings of death in the other world. Yes, we have won and lost some wars. In the process, loved ones, fathers, mothers, children, brothers, sisters. But today marks a day of joy, knowing that we shall have peace through words. This great throne of my ancestors rejoices to know that we have one more kingdom. We are sons and daughters of Igodomigodo. And we all are Egos. And so shall it be until we travel to meet our ancestors in the land of the spirits. Until then, may we all enjoy the fruit of our land. And may we all enjoy the peace that we crave for.
Ọba goriri, 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 ọba goriri. Ọba goriri, ọba goriri, ọba goriri, ọba goriri, ọba goriri.
mayaga.
Ebu soge.
Soge loge mayaga.
Ebu soge.
Kalede sakoto. Kalede sakoto. Nana maria yo.
Ebu soge.
Soge loge mayaga.
Ebu soge.
Soge loge mayaga.
Ebu soge.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are you all happy to be here today? I can't hear anybody. Are you all happy to be here today to celebrate our culture, Edo culture? I am very proud to be Edo. I don't know about you. I am very proud to be a lady from Edo. This play you have just watched is titled The Dance of the King. It's a short play of the next production coming next year 2020, our next production. And I hope to see all of you here today. I want everybody to be there next year as we continue to celebrate our culture here in a foreign land. The stage play titled The Dance of the King is a short prelude of the main stage play called Ogidiga. All the cast and crew from all over the world, all the Edo indigents all over, are going to be the cast and crew of that production. And I want to plead with all of you to please be here next year, 2020, as we continue to celebrate our culture. Thank you so much. And I'm happy to be here to see all of you. We all love you all. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Benjamin Onos. I was privileged to act the part of the Oba. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Nusa Obaseki. I played Chief Oli Anogele. Thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ewe Okunzua. I play the role of Esonerie, the king's first wife. Thank you.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lovette Bede. I played Oba's second wife.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aurora Isaac. I play the role of Oba's third wife. Thank you.
My name is Ryan Okunzo and I play the king's son.
My name is Isabel Okunzo and my role was the princess.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Osade Bame of Viasogi, the palace lead singer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rita of Viasogi. I'm one of the dancers. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Adesuwa Aruagbon. I'm one of the choreographers. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Valerie Arese Aruagbon Ogbomo. I play the role of a choreographer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amobi Edemasilo. I am the choreographer.
It's my pleasure to introduce the brain behind this production, Miss Eunice Omaruyu, a.k.a. Mama Yopi.
Thank you all very much. Thank you all. Thank you. My name is Osage Binoso. I'm the cultural director for the ENA. This is just a preview. All these cars are from Nollywood, Nigeria, Edo State, coming live for you. So I thank you all very much. Take it back. Can we put that?
Let us put our hands together for them. Let us put our hands together, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's okay if you all want to leave that money. We'll help you all take care of it. Okay, we are getting ready to dance. But just if you are affiliated with ENA, ENA, we do publish a lot of stuff that we do at all time posts. And the person behind that news media is here in the house with us. Mr. Okuwendia is here. We just want to recognize him and to say thank you for publishing ENA. So are we all ready to dance? Are we ready to dance? DJ Easy, are you ready? So ladies and gentlemen, it's dance, dance, dance. We are also still selling ENAW tickets. We are going to do the drawing at the end of this evening. DJ Easy, are you ready? Give us some music.